What if your job didn't just pay six figures? What if it paid you to see the world? While everyone else is stuck at the same desk, in the same city, staring at the same four walls, there are people out there getting paid $100,000 and more to travel the planet with no 4-year degree required. The oceans, the oil fields, the open sea, exotic ports most people save for years to visit. These are 7 jobs that pay you to travel, scored on how much of the world you'll see and how well it pays. And the number one can pay up to $300,000 in a place almost no one on earth will ever go. Let's start at number 7. We start with the most obvious way to get paid to travel, and it's more accessible than you think. Flight attendants crisscross the globe, waking up in a different city every few days, with layovers in places other people pay a fortune to visit. The training takes weeks, not years, and there's no degree required at all. Flight attendants earn from $45,000 to $85,000 as they gain seniority and move to international routes, plus per diems and famously cheap or free flights for themselves and their families. Training is a few weeks with the airline, no degree. The pay isn't the highest on this list, but the perk is the point. You're paid to wake up in Paris, Tokyo, or Rome, and the flight benefits alone can be worth a fortune. Travel, 10, pay, 5. Now imagine getting paid to live on a floating mansion in the Mediterranean. The world's super yachts need young, capable crew, deckhands, stewards, bosuns, to run them as they cruise between the French Riviera, the Caribbean, and the Greek islands. Room and board are covered, the tips are enormous, and you save almost everything you earn. Superyacht Crew work aboard luxury vessels and earn from $50,000 to over $120,000 with tips as they rise from deckhand to senior roles. And because your food and housing are free, most of it goes straight into the bank. The entry ticket is a short safety course called STCW, a matter of weeks, no degree. You'll wake up in some of the most beautiful ports on earth, getting paid to be there. Travel, 10. Pay, 7. For thousands of years, the sea has paid those willing to sail it. And it still does, better than most people realize. Merchant mariners crew the cargo ships, tankers, and supply vessels that move the world's goods across every ocean. You work a rotation, then you're off for weeks, and the ship carries you around the globe on the company's dime. Merchant mariners, from entry-level able seamen upward, earn from $55,000 to $100,000, often working half the year and enjoying long stretches off in between. You get in through a Coast Guard credential and short maritime courses, no degree. Your housing and food are covered at sea, so the savings pile up and the work carries you to ports on every continent. It's one of the oldest paid-to-travel careers there is, and it's still hiring. Travel, 9. Pay, 7. Here's a high-tech inspection job that quietly runs on a passport. Non-destructive testing technicians use X-rays and ultrasound to find hidden cracks in pipelines, refineries, and ships. And because that critical infrastructure is everywhere, so are they. When a pipeline needs inspecting in Alaska, the desert, or across an ocean, they fly the technician out. Non-destructive testing technicians inspect critical structures for invisible flaws, earning from $60,000 to well over $120,000 once the advanced certifications and travel pay stack up. It's certification-based, completed in months, no degree, and the travel is constant, with companies covering flights, hotels, and a daily allowance on top of the wage. See the world's industrial frontier and get paid a premium to do it. Travel, 8. Pay, 8. Out in the middle of the ocean sits a steel city that runs 24 hours a day, and the people who work it are paid handsomely for the isolation. Offshore oil rig workers fly out by helicopter for a rotation, live and work on the platform, then come home with weeks off and a fat paycheck. No degree, just grit. Offshore oil rig workers, from roustabouts on up, earn from $60,000 to over $150,000. Typically on a rotation like 2 or 3 weeks on and the same off. You start with safety certifications and on-the-job training, no degree. Everything's paid for while you're out there, so the money banks up fast, and the rigs sit off coasts all over the world, from the Gulf to West Africa to the North Sea. Hard work, real danger, serious pay. Travel, 8. Pay, 9. Here's a path that has quietly made blue-collar workers wealthy. Taking your trade overseas. Skilled tradespeople, Electricians, mechanics, logistics, and construction workers are hired onto big international projects and remote sites where the pay is inflated, the expenses are covered, and much of the income can be tax advantaged. Same skills, double or triple the money. Overseas contractors take a trade or logistics skill to international projects and remote sites, routinely earning from $100,000 to over $200,000, far more than the same job pays at home, with housing, meals, and flights provided and favorable tax treatment on foreign income. You need the skill and the willingness to go, not a degree. It's demanding, often in tough postings, but people go over for a couple of years and come back with a house paid off. Travel, 8. Pay, 9. And the number one job that pays you to travel takes you somewhere almost no human being will ever go, deep beneath the ocean's surface. Underwater welders are commercial divers who repair oil rigs, pipelines, and ships from the inside of the sea itself. It's dangerous, it's elite, and it's one of the highest paid careers on the planet that needs no degree, just nerve and skill. Underwater welders start around $60,000 on inland jobs, climb past $120,000 offshore, and at the very top, the saturation divers who live in pressurized chambers for weeks at extreme depth earn $200,000 to $300,000 a year and more. The path is commercial diving school, just 2 to 6 months, plus welding certification, no degree. The work carries you to offshore fields around the world, the Gulf, Alaska, the North Sea, West Africa. Be honest with yourself about the risk because it is real. But for the few with the nerve, no job on earth pays better to see parts of the world no tourist ever will. Travel, 9. Pay, a perfect 10. The deep sea paycheck almost nobody knows about. A few more paid to travel careers worth a look. Traveling wind turbine technicians, climbing turbines from coast to coast, cruise ship staff, the whole ocean is your commute. Hotshot and wildland firefighters, chasing the season across the country. An expedition and dive boat cruise, working the world's most beautiful water. The pattern's the same, a short credential, a willing spirit, and the world is your office. 7 careers that pay you to see the planet, no 4-year degree, no debt, and a passport that fills up on someone else's dime. While everyone else saves all year for 1 week away, these jobs make travel the whole point, and they're hiring right now. Which one would you do? Tell me in the comments. And if you want the high-paying jobs you can start in months without ever leaving home, watch that one next.